Hey everyone, welcome back to the Node.js series. In the last video, we learned how to handle routes and serve dynamic content. Today, we are going to dive into handling user input and working with forms. We'll be covering get and post request. I'll show you how to handle submission in Node.js. Let's get started. So first, I will take on the get request. For that, let me open up a file named form server.js. So let me take on http. Let me take on url and get the server. Let's take on the parsed value. So url parse means I'm taking the url and keep it here. Let me name it parsed url so that it gets clearer. Now take a name. As I'm taking a name in my get request, it will be found in parsed.query.name. We are sending this name by query. Else I will use a guest. Next, let me check the requested URL. So request.url dot start with, let me say is grid. Then I will take the or I'll give the response in HTML and print the name as name. Else I'll be take as page not found. So let's listen to this. Server is will be running on 3000 localhost 3000. Let's run this node form server.js. So it's running there. Let me open it up in my browser. Page not found, as else is page not found. If I say greet, it will hello guest. If I do a query in here, how do I do it? I take a question mark and then say the keyword, which is name that we used here, and equal to the name I want to print. So Siam, it shows hello Siam. So if we use any name, it will show that name, Hassan, Alice. If you set other than greet, it will go to page not found. So this is how a get request works. Let's dive into a post request. Now let's handle post request. Post requests are used when you want to send the data to the server, like when submitting a form. So for that, let me write the code first. So I'm taking a query string. Then I need to take the condition. So let's take if the request method is equal to post, and I want to check also if it is a URL named submit. So there's an URL and a method post. Then I'll take the body, a variable, and the data, like there will be a chunk of data. And in the request, if I see in the parameters, I will take the name parameter and I will respond with the hello name. So hello name will be shown when a post data is submitted. In the else condition, I will give the rest of the code. So my post request is created. Now I need to request it with the data. For that I need an HTML file. So let's open an index.html. So I'll take an submit form. I'll take h1 tag, submit your name, and then I will take a form. Actions, submit with the post method. Call the submit, I will call it a http localhost 3000/submit, where my server is running. And in the form data, label my data. So let's take a label. I'm calling it my name, like your name, and then in input, call a button. So this is a submit button. So let's run this HTML. Before that, let me turn on my server, which is form server, which is running on localhost 300. Let me take on my HTML file. So here's submit your name, let's say Alice, and run it. It's giving an error, the params name. So let me see. Let me remove two string, because I not need it in string. I need it with a data where I can call dot name. So the error says assigning to a constant variable. So I have a constant variable name that I defined already. So let me name it as let. So the name that I have defined can be replaced by these params, else it will show guest. So let's see if it works now. So opening up the HTML, then Alice, hello Alice. So let name is Siam, it will show Siam. Awesome. Now you know how to handle get and post request and work with form submission in Node.js. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into Express.js to simplify routes and middlewares. So stay tuned and subscribe. Thanks.